Chapter 9. What about Mr. Highborn? We were going to do some work in my house and he checked out of his hotel. Director Comworth snapped. What about him? Can he shed some light on who is responsible for this? He can follow us in his car, or he can come along with you in mine. Afterwards, we will take him to wherever he wants to go. After Roger's interview, events moved quickly. Roger had arranged to spend the night at Meg's place while Agent Comworth was interviewing me. He left no stone unturned. He went back to my first encounter from the release of my book to now. His interest focused on the FedEx truck I told him I saw as I was pulling away from the house. He ordered all company records regarding scheduled deliveries, delivery routes, and the drivers on those routes. Within minutes, he had the information he requested. I heard his part of the phone conversation. It sounded like no truck had been scheduled to make a delivery to my house, or even in the immediate area. I know I saw a FedEx truck pull away in the opposite direction I was going. I mumbled more to myself than to him. A uniformed person came in and handed a lab report to the agent while he was still on the phone. He stopped mid-sentence and glanced at the report. This was not a homemade device, Mr. Porter. This was a sophisticated delivery of a plastic explosive. C4 is only available for military use by NATO. We got a big problem here, Mr. Porter. It's a good thing these people didn't know you were not at home. It also tells me they wanted to make a statement and not just a hit. Also, looks like the delivery person has lots of help. I'd say it was at least a cell comprising of a dozen people to pull off this display of force. They're pretty damn confident to show their hand in this type of matter. Are you planning to stay in the area for any length of time? It seems you travel a lot. I also noticed you seem to cover your tracks too, from what I gather of your known movements. I looked him in the eyes as he sat down. How long have you been following me around? Oh, not long, Mr. Porter. It's just that now everything is data. We can piece together your travel arrangements to get a good picture of almost anything. You heard of the new rule in England regarding the internet. As far as the English government is concerned, there's no privacy of information. It is all passed on to the powers that be for them to decide what is private and what is not. Well, we operate much the same. Ever since Oklahoma City, whatever information we feel is necessary to protect the U.S., we get. Are you familiar with Carnivore? It's now part of email surveillance. How about Echelon, the audio part of the program? A worldwide satellite system that searches for keywords used in telephone conversations such as kill the Queen or bomb the White House or nerve gas and so forth. We have that technology because it's a new, scarier world out there. Mr. Porter, excuse me for asking, but you don't seem a bit concerned that someone went to a lot of effort to send a message to the world by killing you, or that I just told you how we can now keep tabs on people? Jeff. Call me Jeff, Agent. Harry, please. Jeff. Okay. Harry, no, I do have concern, but overreacting will not change anything. All I can do now is be more careful. Running around in anguish or fear will not stop a bullet. What I must do is think about how to stop the bullet before the fact. This is the only control I have, knowing it is something I must go through. So I'll make the best of it by becoming the cause of the experience, and not the effect of the action that has been placed into motion. Just like in your book. I try, but I am human, so I can be just as wrong as the next person who is trying to figure it all out using some other belief system. What you mean is you live to feel experiences, and then decide whether it is a good or bad experience. Yes. I looked out the window at the street below. I said, see that car? It can only go where the driver directs it. That is its purpose. But the car can cause all kinds of effects, good and bad. The car can cause an accident that can change either effect of good or bad. The driver is in control, but only to the extent that he is prepared for various eventualities. Is there fuel? Is the car in good running condition? Is the driver good? Does he feel good? Agent Comworth interrupted. Yeah, I get the picture, but this is more than a Zen thing. You got a group that wants to kill you, and half the world would say, serve you right, because of the way you wrote about God and religion. My job is not to debate you, but to try to find out whom you pissed off in order for them to come out into the open like this. Are you planning to write another book? Jeff looked back at the car fading down the street and said, Until this minute, I had not really made up my mind, but now I can say definitely yes.